Rolling with part 2 of our Extemp speeches on February 14th here at UCLA, where it's a beautiful day. The sunshine is shining. We're about to hear from Josh, who's going to answer the question, will Iraq win its campaign to retake Mosul? Can't read the next word. With ISIS fighters.
From ISIS fighters.
From ISIS fighters. Oh, that's an F. Okay. Good.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Josh.
Hi, Josh.
And today I want you to imagine having all your liberties stripped away from you. And that essentially entails being told what to wear, what to eat, and even what to say on a daily basis. And now in the summer of 2014, this absurd thought became a sad reality for many citizens of our particular city in Iraq. More specifically, in early June of 2014, ISIS, otherwise known as the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, now known as the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, swept through Iraq, and one of its biggest claims was Mosul. Mosul being the third largest city in all of Iraq, with a population census recorded in 2015 of 2 million, had according to a 2016 November Time article, a staggering 600,000 civilians left in the city. Although it's making great strides towards being recaptured today by the Iraqi forces, it's still officially deemed under ISIS control. Now, today I want to answer the question, will Iraq win its campaign to retake Mosul from ISIS fighters? And I believe yes. I believe yes because of the U.S. military presence in Iraq today, the recapturing of the mosque of the young prophet Yunus, and the recapturing of the Mosul University. So why is any of this relevant? Or why is any of this significant? Well, in the aforementioned 600,000 civilians left in Mosul today, many of those people have been kept under their own, against their own will. That's due to the fact because although many of the citizens, more than half, were able to escape and relocate and find refuge in other countries, the Islamic State set out to establish exactly what its name entails, an Islamic State. However, according to an independent article published just last month, January 2017, they're doing so in a way where it's being deemed as radical by even standards of Al-Qaeda. Children are being taught how to operate weapons, carry out public executions, and sadly enough, they're being used as suicide bombers. According to a November 2016 New York Times article, 10 to 14-year-old children were used as executioners for several civilians who were accused as being disloyal to the state. But amongst that, let's start to begin how essentially Iraq will retake Mosul from the Islamic State militants. And that's beginning with the U.S. military presence. The U.S. military has been present in Mosul since October 2016 and has already made great strides towards evacuating civilians and clearing the area of any hostiles. An official U.S. military report to Fox News, just given last month, read that 80 to upwards 90% of all Islamic State militants have been cleared of eastern Mosul. Now, as one of the biggest cities officially still marked under ISIS control, with the fall of this city in the next few months to come, the sheer number alone of militants will fall as we push them out of Iraq and more into Syria. The U.S. military, given that this campaign only started 3 months ago, has already been the main force to pushing ISIS militants out of Iraq. Although the main forces thus far have been Iran, Iraq, and Turkish special forces, the accompaniment of Canada and the U.S. military in the last half of 2016 have all the more been successful in their endeavors to move the terrorist group out of the country. With the U.S., they are also accompanied by several other militaries, that being Russia and the UN. With Russia bombing certain parts of the country and the United Nations anti-terrorist force overlooking the advancement of the terrorist group, it seems as though the sheer number alone of our militants will push the Islamic State and inevitably push them to their demise. The Pentagon, according to a New York Times article by Eric posted in 2016, the Pentagon is sending dozens of additional intelligence analysts to Iraq to pour over a trove of information that is expected to be recovered in the offensive recapture of Mosul from the Islamic State. And this essentially gives more incentive for American forces to keep pushing into Iraq to avoid any other collisions with Islamic State across Europe. So moving on to my second point, according to an article posted in the Business Insider in just last month, 2017 again, by Christopher Woody, Iraq's counterterrorism forces have succeeded in capturing the mosque of the young prophet Yunus, a revered mosque that had the majority of its relics destroyed and bombed. 99% of Iraq is Islamic. And according to a CNN article on ISIS posted just this last November 2016, only upwards of 30,000 militants have been recently reported. This recapture serves as a momentum shift for those who truly believe in Islam. With a population of 38 million, according to worldometers.info, such a small reported number of militants should not reflect the country as a whole. And if anything, we should see the numbers being close to eradicated. Given the other countries where ISIS has now showed apparent, France, Egypt, and the Philippines, the focus of their group and the main base of where they initially wanted to set up their state in the Middle East, which in this case is being cleared. And the recapture of the mosque, according to another Time article posted in the later half of 2016, has been a beacon of hope, says for many Mosul residents. The retaking of Mosul would quote-unquote be a massive hit, according to Patrick Martin, an Iraq expert at the Institution of Study of War. This was posted in the New York Times in 2016. Such a loss would bolster the claim of American-led coalition that the Sunni militancy is on the run in Iraq. And it could also sharply demoralize Islamic State fighters, raising questions about whether the group could still credibly call itself a Catholic. Catholic being a Muslim organization headed by, in this case, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. And finally, in my last point, I believe that the biggest momentum shift is within the recapturing of Mosul University. According to an NPR article just posted this last month, the former Iraqi commercial center was the place ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi first declared the Caliphate, or Islamic State, shortly after the group captured it in June 2014, and has been one of the central pillars of the militant group's diminishing territorial claims. However, in the same article, Iraqi Brigadier General Yahya Rasul announced that the city's university has been fully retaken from ISIS militants. Having taken back the tech institution, dentistry institution, and antiquities department, this can be seen as a large recovery to the blow that the economy has taken. With the recapture of jobs being slowly put in the picture, that much more influence can be put upon those who drove them away. An economy essentially stops being productive when the country ceases to produce goods and services to a given market. And because many people had been drawn out of their occupation, ISIS had ultimately taken buildings and homes as their own bases. And the country's main focus was the civil war now taking part in its cities. Now, as less and less of the influence of the Islamic State is present, we can not only see that through military power that they are being eradicated, but they are also being pushed out by means of taking back their economy and livelihoods back. So in summary, these three reasons can surely show that the country is en route to recapturing Mosul from the Islamic State. With the presence of the US military and the recapturing of the mosque and the university respectively, the government surely has all the tools to support to take the city back with practical ease. Actually, according to in a Business Insider article just posted this last November by Pamela Engel, ISIS territory was once upwards by 40% and has now only peaked at 10%. So Iraqi forces are sure to win their endeavor to reclaim the city. With numbers alone and the US being the third largest military in the world, units themselves are no problem. Taking into account this momentum shift in both civilians and military with the recapturing of two very important landmarks, the morale to win is also multiplied. So, in short, no one should have their human liberties taken away from them. And someone shouldn't have to go about their day being so controlled. With the recapture of Mosul by Iraqi forces, that much less people have to worry about such problems. Thank you.
Thank you. Time. What? 8:40. Okay.
Hi, my name is Alexandra.
Hi, Alexandra.
I felt that you were really confident and comfortable. Sounds good.
A little long movement. You wore your heart today for Valentine's Day.
Very,
In the spirit of things.
Hi, I'm Eric. I felt like it kind of didn't capture my attention as much, like in project. Like that guy who was right there.
That guy.
His was kind of more international, but for some reason it made me really like, listen. And yours was like really good and given well, but it just didn't capture in the same way.
Okay, that's good feedback. That's honest feedback. It's good to know that you didn't capture some of your audience members. They weren't so interested in ISIS and Mosul and getting that city back. Okay, really quickly because we're out of time. Your position was they're going to do it. The military's working. You could have cut that down. You could have cut down the momentum part of it, and cut down the part about the university center. Just shortened each of the three sections would have made it. Still could have made the same point. I think if I were to give you just one piece of advice, since we're way out of time, I can talk to you afterwards about it more in detail, but is that, when you said civil liberties, that's kind of an abstract thing, but when you find out how they enslaved the women, they burned the schools, the books, the rapes, just the horrific things they did to those people. It wasn't just, you can no longer vote. It wasn't quite like that in that city. Might have made this fella sit up and listen a little bit more or something. I'm not sure if he's just not interested in Iraq anymore. But you went way over, and that's problematic. You did cite all of your evidence. It was well researched. And you did make a case for why they're going to retake it, and you show that it's almost done. It's almost a done deal. So you got the job done. Thank you. Okay, we're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. Return with honor. Yes.
Just had a quick question.
Give a quick answer. I don't know. What do I say in the syllabus? 10th week.
Oh, okay.
That's good. Very good at it.
I have it. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Are you able to tell me the grade on this speech?
You passed. No, I'll tell you maybe next week after I get them recorded.
Professor, quick question. So, 9th week and 10th week we'll be doing impromptu speeches.
Right.
So, will we all have time to do something big Extemp speech?
No, but you'll turn one in. You'll submit it in writing.
Okay.
What did he ask?
Thank you.
So I still have to do my first one.
Right.
Me too. I was gonna
And I actually have
So you'll submit it in writing.
Oh, I don't have time?
If we don't,
Can I go to your
if we,
office now?
yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can do that. Or,
Just go to the office hours.
yeah.
Because I have my mom with me today.
You want to do it today?
Yeah.
Okay. This is your first one,
This is
right?
my first one.
So we don't have time to do our first ones?
No, you have time to do the first one. I thought she said the second one.
Oh,
That's what the other guy just said.
Okay, so the second ones, we get the topic, but we won't be presenting it again.
We'll say, probably not. We'll just
Okay.
submit it.
So, watch. I have
Because I was ready to do mine.
Okay?
mine right here.
I've been ready to do mine for probably a month now.
Yeah, I have
Great.
mine. But
Huh?
are you going to be doing Extemp speeches next week or no?
Yes.
For the first one?
We're going to finish all the first ones, and
Okay.
if there are any seconds, we'll have a few seconds. And
I'm
I
just gonna
need
go
to go
here.
over the impromptu
Okay.
next week too.
So are we allowed to choose the ones that have already been done, that like are done?
I prefer you don't, but
I don't think there's just enough for.
okay, then choose. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So the next one I want to do. Well,
Mhm.
actually, it doesn't really matter because I won't be presenting. It's the Betsy DeVos one or whatever, but she's
great.
already Secretary of whatever it is, Education.
Yeah.
So,
So-
should I still do it or no?
Yeah, but phrase it so how effective will she be, or that sort of thing.
Got
Did
it.
you see his press conference with her today?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, it was excellent.
Was it?
He gave her a big pat on the back and he said, Betsy's gonna do great things.
Got it.
So, are you coming to do a speech today?
We can't do it next week, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I was just worried that we didn't have time to hear mine. That's because
If next week, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna start with the second round?
We're finishing the first, we'll start the second, and I'm going over the impromptu.
So we can go
showing
first.
a model. How many do you think,
I think there are like
Step
three,
one,
three
three left.
people
I
or
think there
four.
were like 4 of us that
Four.
still need to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So I don't
We'll
have to
make
go
it.
do it in your office hours?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I just like it in your office hours because no one else sees me. But I don't know.
I have a
Fine.
quick question about the final
I'll do
project.
what they do.
You want us to email you about what we want to do, right?
Yeah,
Do you want it now?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's cool. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye. What is this? Yours?
Can you look at it? Or are you busy? You could answer the first.
No, it's okay. I'm not. I'm just.
Why do I recognize this name? This was the name that was going to judge and then never judge.
I went to the other extra credit.
Infamous Laura Biza. Oh my God.
Bay and then Z. Jesus.
Bay and then Z. It's not Biza.
Beza.
Don't call me Biza. Biza. Hi. How you doing? That's good.
I'm mostly done. I think I only have like 3 more to go. Like 2.5 more to go.
Okay.
I'll send you
That's
everything
good.
for next week.
Okay, good. Good. You have a cold?
Yes.
I think the stove got the plans.
So,
Nayeli.
So
Oh,
we
that
have
was in
the
one.
second
Yeah.
round left. Then
what was
we've
your
got
topic?
the extemp
Betsy
speeches,
DeVos
which is like 3 topics. We prepared for all of them.
Yeah, I
and
just
pick
took
one.
it. Wait.
Can I do
For the
this?
finals.
Wow.
And then we've got
I just
the
wanted it
down
because it
slash
was so about
the
like the
20
bank
page
person
paper.
one.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
so
ask him
easy
if I
to
could
roast
do
it.
You
it.
misspoke.
Should
We
I-
have the
Because you're the only one,
impromptu.
right?
You choose 3. You choose 3 and then I'll choose 1.
I'm just gonna write my name right. Professor, is it okay if I change my topic to the Betsy DeVos one as well?
Free country. People are
you.
dying
We can do it together.
People are dying in Mosul, so
That
you
is
have
true.
freedom and liberty.
Which one is it?
It's the one I'm swimming in.
Okay.
It's gonna be both of us doing it. Okay.
For your first one?
No,
for
the
second one.
Wait. That's mine. I still haven't done it.
Oh.
Wait. Do you want me
Wait,
to?
I'm trying to put this away.
Do you want me to do it right now, or do you prefer me to do it in front of class?
Do it in front of class because I have people waiting at my office.
Okay.
But that's cool. Either way is fine if you want to do it now.
Is this still recording?
That's the recording. Let's turn it off.
Perfect. And I will go ahead and put this into